Tonight, when you turn off the light, something quiet is going to happen inside you. For a fraction of a second, before you fall asleep, a small part of your brain is going to check the room. It will listen. It will wait. And even though you know you are completely safe, some ancient corner of your mind will not fully believe it. You are not afraid of the dark. You are afraid of what the dark used to mean. Here is the strange part. Nobody teaches you this fear. A baby is not scared of the dark. But somewhere around the age of 2 or 3, it appears on its own in almost every child, in every culture, on every continent. That is not a coincidence. That is a program. And to understand it, we have to go back to a time when turning off the light was not a choice. It was the world. Imagine you are standing on an open plain 300,000 years ago. You are not the fastest animal here. You're not the strongest. You have no claws, no fangs, no armor. What you have is a pair of eyes that are very good at one specific thing: seeing in daylight. In bright sun, you can spot a shape moving in the grass from far away. You can read the whole landscape. During the day, you are safe. But the sun always goes down, and when it does, everything flips. Your eyes, the ones that served you so well, suddenly fail you. You can barely see your own hands. But the animals that want to eat you do not have this problem. Lions, leopards, hyenas. Their eyes are built for the dark. What is a black wall to you is an open door to them. So for the predator, night is not the end of the day. Night is when the hunt begins. Think about what that means for our ancestors. Every single night, for hundreds of thousands of years, the setting sun was a countdown. It meant the return of a threat you could not see, could not outrun, and could barely fight. The people who felt nothing when the light faded wandered off, sat in the open, and did not survive to have children. But the ones who felt a cold drop in their stomach, who stayed close to the group and close to the fire, they lived. And they passed something on. They passed on the fear itself. This is how evolution works. It does not care if you are comfortable. It only cares if you survive long enough to copy yourself. A brain that was slightly too afraid of. The dark was a brain that lived. A brain that was perfectly calm was a brain that got eaten. Over thousands of generations, nature ran this experiment billions of times. And it kept only one answer: be afraid when the light goes out. So where does this fear actually live? Deep in your brain, there is a small, almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Think of it as an alarm system that never sleeps. Its entire job is to scan for danger before you're even aware of it. And here's what researchers have found. In the dark, the amygdala becomes more active. The exact same room, the exact same objects, but with the lights off, your threat detector turns its sensitivity all the way up. There's a reason for that. When you cannot see, your brain does not assume the room is empty. It assumes the room might be full. This is called a negativity bias. And in a dangerous world, it is genius. If you assume a rustle in the dark is the wind and you are wrong, UD. If you assume it is a predator and you are wrong, you lose nothing but a little sleep. So your brain rounds up. It fills the darkness with the worst thing it can imagine. Because for your ancestors, imagining the worst is exactly what kept them alive. This is why the fear feels so physical. When the lights go out and you feel watched, your heart rate climbs, your muscles tense, your hearing sharpens. That is not weakness. That is a body preparing to run or fight. A body doing precisely what it was designed to do hundreds of thousands of years ago. Your mind is not malfunctioning in the dark. It is running its oldest and most trusted program. And then, one day, we broke the whole system. For almost all of human history, that was ruled by fire. A single flame pushed the darkness back a few feet and gave our ancestors something priceless: a circle of safety and the ability to see each other's faces. But the flame was small, and beyond it, the black was still absolute. Then, in 1879, a man in a laboratory perfected a small glass bulb, and within a single lifetime, the night was gone. Think about how fast that happened. For 300,000 years, darkness was the law of the planet. Then, in about 100 years, we flooded the entire world with light. Cities that never go dark, a switch in every room, a glowing screen in every pocket. We did something no animal had ever done. We deleted the night. And our bodies, which took thousands of generations to build that fear, have had almost no time at all to let it go. That is the real reason a grown adult, safe in a locked home, can still feel a jolt walking down a dark hallway. It is not childish. It is not irrational. It is a 300,000-year-old survival instinct running inside a brain that lives in a world it was never built for. The danger is gone. The wiring is not. You are carrying the fear of every ancestor who ever survived a night, and they survived because they were afraid. So here is what I want you to think about. The next time you reach for a light, switch in the dark. That small flicker of unease is not a flaw. It is a memory. It is the oldest inheritance you own. Older than language, older than your name. Passed down through an unbroken chain of people who made it to morning. Every one of them was afraid of the dark, and every one of them was right. We spent 300,000 years terrified of the night, and then we built a world where we forgot it was ever dangerous. But your body did not forget. And maybe that is the most human thing there is. To be safe and warm and surrounded by light. And still, for just 1 second before sleep, to listen for something in the dark.